and talk about some of the biggest disappointments of week one. Trey, who let you down week one, man? Who was it that we had high hopes for? We like, oh, we can't wait. Besides Aaron Rodgers, because we all know Aaron Rodgers let everybody down. I mean, nobody expected that. But who else, just didn't live up to the hype in week one?
One person. And he don't even play on the field. Urban Meyer. That dude, right? Hey, man, that Jacksonville Jaguars team like so inept, and they literally got blew out to me by the worst roster in football. Like that, it was bad, bro. It was very bad. I watched that whole game. If I'm Jacksonville, just to save the Trevor Lawrence future, I'm gonna get a real NFL coach, dog. USC fired their coach today. There's already rumors that Urban Meyer trying to go to USC. So if I was him, I'd get ahead of and get rid of it because he ain't impressive to me on the coach. Like he didn't impress me on the coach side or nothing. Like it was very bad. They had Tyrod Taylor looking like Deshaun Watson out there running around, slanging a rock. Mark Ingram turned back into Alabama Mark Ingram and everything, bro. It was bad, man. That's very, 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 very bad football. But team-wise, I'm going to say the Tennessee Titans, man. Because, I play fantasy football. I watched that game heavily. I got Kyler Murray in one lead. I had Henry, and I had Julio Jones. I had a bunch of people in that game, so I watched it.
We wasn't talking about teams. That wasn't the question. We talking about players.
No, he said who disappointed you. He said
anybody, team player.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Man. And like my boy Ron said last segment, Chandler Jones had 5 sacks. That set the tone for the Titans getting their butt whooped all day. They couldn't block nobody on the offensive side. The offensive side, and then on the defensive side, they couldn't stop DeAndre Hopkins. Like Christian Kirk turning back the hands of time. I don't know. It was just bad, bro. They look very bad. They just look bad.
Okay, I'm gonna piggyback off of you for a player that really disappointed me. He got on the Titans, and that's Derrick Henry. I expected him to get at least a rushing touchdown and average more than 3.4 yards a carry. So he definitely was a big disappointment. And for a team, I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills. This is a team that we all thought were going to have high expectations, play great, off rip, and that offense didn't look like a well-oiled machine to me.
I'm gonna tell you why. Cause I told y'all last year that boy Josh Allen fool go. Y'all trying to anoint him the chosen one, call him White Cam Newton. We call him top 5. That boy he
nobody call him White Cam Newton. Who called him White Cam Newton?
I done heard it. I've seen it on Twitter. I seen White Cam on Twitter, man. I seen it on Twitter, man. That proved who real top 5 is. He and Josh Allen. But he threw the ball almost 50 times. He had 300 yards passing, bro.
We're not talking about Dak.
Hey, it always come back to Dak because y'all disrespect my boy. Boy, top 5. Y'all. I wasn't disappointed in Buffalo because I know what Buffalo is. They some front runners. They ain't all that.
Look, I'm gonna give y'all a team that probably nobody was thinking about. The team that I say that disappointed me week one that I was shocked by, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Buccaneers. Because listen, for one.
I'm disrespecting my boys, man.
Nah, no disrespect to the Cowboys. I want to talk about this Tampa Bay defense. The defense, like we already talked about how Dak threw the ball 58 times. Dallas was able to put 450 total yards on them. Tom Brady, they had 4 turnovers. They lost 2 fumbles, and they threw 2 intercepts. That's very uncharacteristic for a Tom Brady offense. And then for the Cowboys, like I said, no knock on the Cowboys. Y'all have great weapons all over the offensive side of the field. But y'all were moving the ball on the Bucs easily. Y'all were moving up and down the field on them.
One more team.
It all went south. It all went south on the defensive side of the ball when the corner got hurt for the Buccaneers.
Yeah, he did get hurt early.
Murphy, he was getting carved up too.
I'm just saying.
If we being real, the Buccaneers defense is their front 7. If they can't get no pressure on the quarterback,
and their linebackers,
that's the front 7. The front 7, dog. The front 7, the D line and the linebacker. Come on, man. Learn your football terminology. You supposed to be Mr. Stephen A. You really are Stephen A. because you don't know basketball. But
You a hater.
That secondary and all that, bro. If anything, you can block. Like even the Saints last year, when they was able to block Tampa Bay, they were able to expose their secondary. Besides, Mike Thomas going against Carlton Davis, but that's a different story. Hey, another team I was disappointed in, and they played good, but it's how they lost. It's the Cleveland Browns, dog. You go into Kansas City, and you have 22-10, 22-10, bro, and you fall in the second half. It's plain and simple. Nick Chubb fumble, the punter drop a punt. Patrick Mahomes give Patrick Mahomes a short field, and then Baker Mayfield fold under pressure, throw a pick in. I thought the Cleveland Browns supposed to be like the new up and coming dog pound. I've been hearing all season. Myles Garrett talking about he want to see Kansas City, and Patrick Mahomes do what Patrick Mahomes do, win games.
I think they'll be fine when OBJ comes back. I expect OBJ to have a great year, so it'll be okay.
But you can say the same thing about Kansas City. Tyrann Matthews and Frank Clark didn't play.
You're right. You're absolutely right. But we know what they're gonna bring to the table. We yet to see what Odell's gonna bring to the Browns yet with Baker.
So. Yeah, and I also think Kansas City gonna make a move for a number 2 wide receiver. Because you can't run Cole Harmon after your number 2 all season. He ain't do nothing.
How about the NFC North? I don't know if you guys knew that. Every team in the NFC North lost this week. So all of them starting off on 1. Detroit, Chicago, Green Bay, and Minnesota all lost.
Man, that Detroit about it. That division
is bad. Lions is bad. I mean, Vikings is a 50-50 flip a quarter, and then you know who that nation. You know what we do. So I'm not surprised by that.
I mean, the Packers. Remember I said this during our division series. I said this during Brooklyn. Stop. I said this during our division series that the Packers will be dysfunctional this year because Aaron Rodgers, his head went in the game. I said that. I did say the Bears are going to win the division, but they started the wrong quarterback too.
Well, that's something to keep a close eye on. You know, Packers didn't look like themselves week 1 for sure, so we'll have to keep a close eye on them come week